Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a closure wig from start to finish. I'm just going to hop right into this tutorial, and as you can see, I'm brushing the closure and I'm just going to pin it. Normally it's meant to go in the middle of the wig cap, but because I want this particular one by the side, I'm going to pin it towards the side, as you can see, so to give it like a side part look. So I'm just going to be placing my closure and making sure to stretch it out and taking my T-pins and pinning them down on like every corner just to make sure it's in place and it doesn't move while sewing. So now that I'm done with pinning the closure all around on the cap or wig head, I'm just gonna brush out all the hair and pack it away so it doesn't interfere while I'm trying to stitch it down to the cap. So now I'm just going to start sewing down the closure to the wig cap, and as you can see, I always knot the end of my thread, and I always make sure the thread is double and not single, just so it has that firm grip, like the stitchings are stronger. I'm making sure to pass the needle through the net or mesh and not through the elastic on the band, because if you do that, it's just going to make the whole thing stiff and not nice, and honestly that could fall from your head at any time, and you don't want your wig falling off your head. Trust me, I've had that experience. It's not a nice one, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure to check my video. I'm just gonna link that now. So it's when my wig fell off in public. As you can see, I am continuing to sew it the same way, passing it through the net, through the closure, and through the loop. Just so you understand what I'm saying, I'm gonna zoom in now so you have a closer look at what I'm doing. So now that I'm done with sewing down my closure, I'm going to start to sew down the weft on the wig cap. And if you don't know how to do this, I have a video where I show you guys how to make a template or like lines for sewing down your weft on your wig cap, and I'm just gonna link that here now. Well, it's also in my playlist, so go check that out. And it's easier doing this using pins to hold your weft or weave on in place, because then you don't, it makes it faster and it's just better. So I'm just pinning everything in place, and I'm starting like a C curve, and I'm starting from the end of each closure to the other end, just in case the wind blows, to give it that cover. So after pinning down the weft, I started sewing it off camera. I'm not even gonna lie, this is why you're seeing me sewing it at the middle, but it's basically the same process. Grab it from underneath, make sure you pick the net, then pass it through the loop like that. It's kind of like a blanket stitch. So that's just what I'm gonna be doing. And this is the first layer, this is the C layer. Normally I like to double my tracks, but because this is the first track and it's gonna be extending to each edge of the closure, I just made sure it's singled out so it's not too bulky. I hate when the weft is very bulky in areas close to the closure, because it doesn't make the wig lay as flat as it could. It doesn't let the flatness of the wig reach its full potential. You get what I'm saying? So now that I'm done with that line of stitching, I'm just gonna grab my scissors and cut it at the end. And I know some people don't like cutting their tracks or their weft, but I like doing this especially at the end of the closure, just to make sure it stays as flat as possible. You'd probably see me folding over the tracks or the weft later on, but at this point I really like to cut it. Now I'm taking my new weft or my next layer and I'm just doubling it. Like I told you earlier on, I like to double my tracks because it saves a whole lot of time. Nobody got time to be sewing everything singular. Double it and save your time, sis. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm not going to extend it this time out to the closure. I'm just going to start sewing it like a C, same like that, the first one, but not as wide. I like to pass my needle through the loop twice or 3 times at the edge of each line or when I'm starting a new track, just to make it very strong and to make that part secure. It's kind of like creating a knot twice. So I just went ahead to repeat the same process, and this is what it is currently looking like. I have some space here. Yeah, it's a bit different because this is a side part and not a center, so I'm trying to cover the bulk of the space here and trying to like equal it out. I've got to the end of this line and I have to fold over the weft, but I'm not gonna fold it directly on top of the last line I just sewed down. I'm gonna like try and place a bit above and press down the edge so it's very flat. Top, I like to sew the bundles singular. Like I like the weft to be single and not double, just to make sure everything lays very flat and it's not looking bulky at home. So I'm just gonna place it and pin like I've been doing, very close but like not exactly as And for the very last line, I like to sew it very close to closure, but not directly on the closure. And it's also going to be singular. I'm not going to double the weft. And after this, voila, we're done with the sewing part, that is. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at omoyamiseli and my hair page at Quintification for more pictures or like videos on hair all. So now I'm done with sewing the wig. I'm just gonna unravel the closure that I weaved before and define the part that I want. You need to cut off the net or the wig cap where the lace closure is. So I'm just gonna show you. As you can see, you need to cut off this part that I'm showing you right now, just so the closure lays flat and it looks more natural, because I didn't bleach this closure or pluck it because I want it to last longer. And if you don't know, bleaching and plucking kind of reduces the lifespan of a closure or frontal, and I want this to be like an everyday wig, so I didn't do any of that. But I still want it to look a bit natural, so I'm definitely gonna remove this part. You have to be careful when you're doing this, just so you don't cut the closure or cut some already sewn lines or tracks. I'm going to place this back on the wig head, proceed to styling it, and show you what it looks like. So I went off camera and added a bit of curls to the wig, and this is the final look and how everything came out. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up or click that like button if you found it useful, and I would like to know what kind of videos you like to see next, hair videos or any other kind of video. Be sure to leave that in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.